Hey everybody, welcome back to this month's O.C.D gaming news, and girl, there is a lot to talk about, so let's get to it. First things first, I have to give a special shout out to my beloved Patreons at the infected level. Big shout out to D Cells, Sven Jacobs, Dave934, Daniel Kelly, Cody Neff Rogers, and Taylor Wall. Thank you all for supporting the struggle, and thanks so much for supporting me on Patreon at the infected level. Now, back to the news. It's time for the Gamer's Court. Well. You know, it was Christmas time, and I was going to maybe not do a Gamer's Court because, you know, it's Christmas and everything. But it was not to be. Oh no, it was not to be. Today we have the case of game developer throws team onto the bus, and it ain't pretty, bitch. Oh no, it's not pretty. So what had happened was, this is so messy, like, girl. Okay, let's start with, you know, I am a big fan of Ben's studio and love the team and the people who work there. Now, Mr. John Garvin was the lead on Days Gone. You know, Days Gone, boom. One of my, it was my number 5 game of all time. I love that game. I could play it all the time. I'm obsessed with it. If I had the time, I'd be playing it right now. But here we are talking about this messery, the fuckery, and the foolery. So, Mr. John Garvin is no longer employed by Ben's studio. He was let go immediately after the release of Days Gone. He always supportive of the Days Gone community. He was always very supportive of the people, the players who played Days Gone and loved Days Gone and loved the game and everything about it, and the people who live for it or whatever. He went a little bit too far when he was complaining about the negative reviews. Like, it's gotta sting. Like, to be fair, like, no shade to him. I love that game. I will always sing its praises. I don't care what happens. That game is always iconic to me. It will forever have the most iconic ending in video game history. The sequel is never going to happen. It's just too far gone now. Those days are gone, literally, for a sequel to happen. But that's all right. We're going to move on with our lives. We're going to just say it was iconic with that cliffhanger and leave it at that. But maybe one day they will get a movie. We talked about it. Maybe it happened. But Mr. John Garvin, he's a little bitter still about the reviews. He's a little bitter about it. I mean, like, I don't blame him for being a little bitter, but you can be bitter because we could all be bitter bitches. But what he should not be doing is throwing his team under the bus and insulting pretty much everyone. To be fair, one of his complaints was that a lot of the reviewers he felt didn't play the entire game. I actually agree with some of that. That some reviewers didn't even talk about the hordes towards the end of the game. You could tell they kind of like gave up before they finished the game because the hordes, the sawmill horde, was iconic. And no one mentioned that. Like, then you didn't play the game. Like, or were you not alive when you were playing? Like, where were you when that happened? To not even mention it. Even Sam Witwer had mentioned it himself, Mr. Deacon St. John himself. So that I will give him some of that, some of his number 2 complaint. Now, he had brought in Mr. Jake Rocket in on this, Mr. Jeff Ross, who was also one of the heads working on this game with him, who has also now left Ben's studio. And John Garvin was talking about it, saying, and I quote, "The crazy thing is nothing changed that Jake Rocket and I were responsible for. Gameplay and missions and story, all that changed was code cleaned up their shit. So I guess bugs, streaming, and frame rate matter. Funny that Jeff Ross, Jake Rocket, and I are the ones who are gone." I mean, I was not ready for that, but like, it kind of threw his team under the bus. But wait, there's more. Jeff Ross had responded saying, "Girl, don't drag me into this messery. I want no part of this." He said, "Please don't drag me into your drama. I want no part of this. No one, I was sitting here eating my chicken, minding my own business. Please don't drag me into this," he said. So he said, he quote tweeted John Garvin's tweet saying, "I am staying out of this. Please, sir, please keep me out of this. Please keep me out of these shenanigans. I want no part of it. I want a drama-free life. Thank you very much." Someone was tweeting about how, like, the Metacritic score for the PC was better than the original game score, which I thought, look, Days Gone did not get a fair shake. It did have some problems with bugs pre-release before everyone else got it. I think I had one issue the entire, and I've played it 2-3 times, the game. I don't even remember. It's like 3 times. I've only had one issue Not to say that there weren't issues. There's issues with every game. Before it was released, there was a lot of issues with it. Some people had a lot of problems. That's just the real take. But then he tweeted why he thinks the game didn't get universal praise. Number one, tech issues like bugs. 2, reviewers who couldn't be bothered to actually play the game. And 3, it had woke reviewers who couldn't handle a gruff white biker looking at his date's ass. Now, as soon as I read this, I said, oh, bitch. You are digging yourself into a hole here that you might not be able to get out of. This is problematic AF. You should not be talking at a school. You should not be airing your grievances so blatantly, should I say. This was all kinds of wrong. This hit so badly. I'm like, oh my, like I can't believe he literally came out and said that with woke reviewers, which isn't fair. Like the game had some, like, look, all games have cringy moments, or all games have things that aren't perfect. That you just have to take your lumps and just move on, because there's no perfect game. There are games that I love that I actually am like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Well, I have to do this now. And everyone has complaints. That's just normal things. But to chalk it all up to woke reviewers was a little bit lazy, I think. I think I'm being generous here. The worst part of it was that he threw his entire team under the bus. But to throw your team under the bus like that wasn't right. Everyone there, like I know Eric Jensen worked on the game. He's no longer there. He left to go work with Sucker Punch. Let me tell you something. Everyone at that studio that I have ever spoken with or interacted with online, especially the Days Gone community, the mongrels, nothing but lovely, positive force on this hellscape that is social media. They're wonderful. Yeah, like every game has bugs, but like to throw your people under the bus like that ain't right. That did not sit well with me. I didn't like that. Does not saying I hate him. Doesn't think I think anyone should send him any hate. I don't want anyone sending him any hate. That's not what I'm about here. I could disagree with someone and still not want to see you get any hate. But as soon as I saw this, I said, oh, bitch. He's going to get red for filth. They're going to come for him, and they're going to come for him hard. And they did. No sooner after this happened, I was like, I already screenshotted it because I knew this was going to be a bordella. It was going to be a thing. It was going to be drama, bitch. Every gaming publication picked up on this tweet and on this story, and they went in, bitch. They went in. Girl, they went in. So everyone was reporting on it. Everyone came for him. Everybody was complaining to them, saying about, this is just too much. Like, it really was not the right thing to say. It was not the right thing to be putting out there, airing your dirty laundry, how you felt about. Even if it was some tech issue, of course there's going to be issues. But you don't blame your people, because they, like, legitimately, like, from how they interact, you can kind of tell nothing but the nicest people. From what I've been, what I've seen. I could be wrong, but you don't insult their work like that. Okay, because they were a small team and they pulled off fucking miracles in that game. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Those hordes, Sawmill Horde, I'm still shaking in my boots over it. I'm still not over it. Now, to be fair, reviewers are entitled to their opinion. That's what they get paid to do. And a lot of them didn't like the game. That's why you have to use your own judgment. You have to play the game for yourself, or watch playthroughs of it before you buy it and see if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. I always take reviews with a grain of salt, because I know what I like. And if I play it, I'm like, I'm going to love this. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to love it. But that's what reviewers do. They give their opinions. They play the game. They give their opinions on it. And, like, to be fair, the outcome of that bad reviews was that the community came together and banded together and have given this game a life of its own, regardless of the reviews. So he should be very thankful that they gave him, like, bad reviews in a way. I mean, it sucks. Like, don't get me wrong. No one wants a bad review. No one wants to be called out and saying this is not good, or we don't love it. We're not living for it. But to be fair, it kind of made them Days Gone the underdog. People rallied around the game and rallied around the community. The community just got stronger, and it's still such a strong community. So he has been silent on this, and his account after this incident went private. So his account is private now. And then I think he even came back and tweeted, someone said, well, you shouldn't have said woke. It wasn't the right choice of words or whatever. Then he posted this saying, I guess I shouldn't have said woke. Like, I don't think he gets it. Maybe he gets it now, but I don't think he gets. it wasn't just about saying woke. Like it pissed people off when I said woke. Like it's more than that. It's more that you work with this team and they probably busted their asses to get this game out and to look as good as it did. I loved it and so many people love it, but I don't know if he gets it. I don't know if he gets that we have all moved on. We have to turn the page and we have to move on from days gone and let it go. There's a new page. I know he's working with Lithos Entertainment. I hope he's still working with Lithos Entertainment. I haven't heard anything that he hasn't been as of recording today on the 15th of December. So I think we need to move on. I think we need to put the reviews, good, bad, or the good, the bad, and the ugly to bed and let it rest, because we have to move on with our lives. Now, community manager Kev the captain of the Mongrels, tweeted something saying that how much he appreciates how hard the team worked on Days Gone, and we are looking forward to the future. It was so bad, the backlash from the people were outraged about what he had said, that Ben Studio had to put out a statement saying they're very proud of their team and how hard they worked, and we are looking forward to the future. We need to move on. I really hope that John Garvin moves on. I wish him nothing but the best at Lithos Entertainment. Sometimes things are shit. Sometimes, look, I put shit out all the time. Do I have 1 million subscribers? No, bitch. I am so freaking grateful for the subscribers that I have. I'm so grateful for the community that I have here. I don't need to have 1 million subscribers. Like, I'm not, I mean, like, I could be bitter about it, bitch, but I'm not. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful I get to share these games with you. I'm glad I have this lovely, awesome community that I have here. Why be bitter? I don't know. I don't want to be a bitter bitch. There's so many things in this world to be bitter about. Like, this ain't one of them. That's all I'm saying. Jeff Ross also made a statement saying that the team punched up and came together and worked their asses off to, he just was supportive of the team that worked on the game too, which, like, shout out to him. Like, so if Kev the Cap is saying something, Mr. Jeff Ross is saying something like the team worked their butts off and they're a good, hard-working team and they are really doing the best and they probably went above and beyond. So they were both, and shout out to Ben Studio for sticking up for their people too. I give them a lot of credit, and I'm glad they spoke up and stood up for their team, and they should. But no more fighting. Let's move on, shall we? You're entitled to your feelings. I don't wish him bad. I don't wish him any kind of ill will. Please don't send him any hate. I think he's got the message. I hope he got the message. Those days are gone. Let's move on. And that's my ruling on the case. Next case. Now that's the end of the video. That was like fucking 20 minutes. Now, the top news of the month, without a doubt, was The Last of Us official trailer released. And oh, my fucking heart. Guys, I was so emotional just watching it. I'm like, I was so emotional watching it. I literally teared up. I know, I was like, people are complaining, like, she keeps looking away from the screen, because I was just like so blown away. Like, that is a true, like, my true reaction. Like, I couldn't handle it. Like, I had to. I was so verklempt. I was so freaking out over it. I was so emotional watching it that I just like, that's the real me. I'm sorry, I'm that girl who talks back to the screen in the movies. When I'm watching a movie with someone, I'm watching a TV show. That's just what I do. So it was everything. It was everything. And I went back and watched it 1,000 times. I did not have the time to do a break. You know, I do frame by frame breakdown. I did not have the time to do it. It is the holiday season. I am way behind the 8 ball. I'm trying to get videos out. I'm trying to finish games. It's not going to happen. I'm doing my very best to get as much done as possible before the end of the year. So I could not do a breakdown video. What did you think about it? I loved it. I can't wait for it. 1 month from today. Today's December 15th, the day I'm recording this. And it comes out January 15th. I will be doing reactions, not showing the videos because HBO will come for me and take my channel down, so I cannot do that. So I might just be showing clips of my reactions and then talking about it, do a postmortem after the show, and we'll talk about all the things we saw in the show. So I'll be posting that every week. Keep an eye out for it. Oh, my heart. But guys, when I saw that baby, and I didn't realize it because it was so dark in the scene with Ashley Johnson as Ellie's mom, I'm like, I literally lost it. I lost it and started crying like a little baby myself. Just to see her. She gave, if it wasn't for Ashley Johnson, Ellie wouldn't have been the character that she was. Neil Druckmann says it himself. She was like, I feel like I would help. Like when she was doing the mocap and filming the game. So if it wasn't for Ellie, if it wasn't for Ashley Johnson, we wouldn't have the Ellie we all know and love and live for, right? And she literally is giving birth to herself. Like, it was just, oh, the levels, bitch. I appreciated when I went back and I dissected it, I went back and I appreciated every little nod to the game. It's paying such homage to the game and to the source material. I'm living for it. I'm so fucking obsessed. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to get my life every week. Every week, girl. I'm going to be watching my stories. Don't interrupt me while I'm watching my stories. Oh my God. I can't even handle it. I'm so excited. And then we saw Troy Baker. Like, it was hard to notice at first. Like, that's why it's a reaction. Like, you don't notice everything. I was so happy to see Bill. I was so happy to see everyone. I was so happy to see Marlene. It was everything, bitch. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it next month. Will you be watching it? Please tune in for my reviews the next day. I will try and have them up every Monday going forward. And Troy Baker was confirmed as one of David's gang. So exciting. I can't wait to see that. I was kind of hoping that we would see Nolan North in there somewhere. Maybe he has a little cameo. Who knows? Now, it seems like Cory Barlog is already teasing the next God of War. Or has he ever even heard of it? Never heard of it. He's teasing it. But we know it's coming. Like, honestly, it swept up at the Game Awards, which we'll get to. We'll get to that. When talking about the connections in the game, he said, well, that story is for another game. Personally, I think that game was always supposed to be a trilogy. What do you think? I think all good games are supposed to be trilogies, like Uncharted. I think The Last of Us Part 3 is allegedly, supposedly. We'll talk about that too. But you know it's coming. He probably won't be working on it. It's like he didn't work on Ragnarok, but he's involved somehow, some way. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I'm not even done with this game. And I think I've cried like 4 times already. I love it. It's so good. Ragnarok is everything. And I haven't even finished yet. So in other news, water is wet. And the sky is blue, bitch. Shocking to absolutely no one, The Last of Us Part 3 is being whispered along the interwebs, darling. Who knows if this is true or not? But come on, we all saw this coming. The mega hit for The Last of Us Part 1, the mega hit of The Last of Us Part 2, critically acclaimed win. They won every award, girl. They snatched all the trophies. They took the crown. They did everything. HBO series, all the hype surrounding the series. Come on. You know it's got to be a part 3. You know it was always intended to be a trilogy. This is in my mind. In my mind, it was always supposed to be a trilogy. The first one we see Ellie from a kid with still have hope for the world. And she becomes Jade in the second one. She's doing the hero's journey. And now she's going through like how she went through revenge and how that did not work out for her at all, bitch. And we're going to see her rise again in part 3. That's Neil Druckmann, I'm sure he's not calling me, asking me my opinion, what my notes. That's for sure. He doesn't need my help. But that's what I think's going to happen. I've got some nerve. But come on, what do you guys think? So it was just alluded to that this might be coming. I think it absolutely will be coming. I think there is no doubt that it will be coming. It's just a matter of when. But please, can we put that on the back burner for a little while so we can see a new IP? But if you remember, there was an interview Neil Druckmann did, I think it was like a year after it released or right after release, saying that him and Haley Gross, the co-writer for part 2, has already have an outline for part 3, even though they might never make it. Which just makes sense when you have a story that big. You have to think ahead. You have to think 12 steps ahead. So he says they already have an outline. But I can imagine it's just a matter of time before that comes out. But they're working on new IP. They're supposedly working on the multiplayer. But in other words, I was not shocked when I heard that. I did not have to be a psychic to see that one coming. Now, before the HBO official trailer released, Ashley Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Bella Ramsey's accounts were all deactivated. I don't know if they were just doing that to try and avoid spoilers or to try and avoid from saying any spoilers or anything, but they're back. It was just like a temporary thing. Then the trailer came out and everything was back to normal. But it was just weird that they went dark. They went offline for a little bit. I wonder why it was all around the same time, but we're glad they're back. And they are back, and they were better than ever because Troy Baker, Ashley Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Bella Ramsey were presenting in awards at the Game Awards this year, and it was just so adorable. Like, my heart couldn't take it seeing them, the two of them, the Joel squared and the Ellie squared. I just got my life. I thought it was just so cute. I just love Miss Ashley so much, and to see her and Bella and they adore each other. They just have nothing but beautiful things to say about each other, and we love to see all girls supporting each other all the time, 100%. So they were presenting an award, and it was everything. I'm so hyped for this show. I can't wait to see it. Now, speaking of God of War Ragnarok, congratulations to them for making God of War Ragnarok the fastest selling third-party launch in PlayStation history. Congratulations. They are the God of War and the God of Games. Now, shout out to Metal Hellsinger. You know, I love heavy metal. I was shocked that Lorna Shore was not on. Speaking of heavy metal, Lorna Shore, my favorite band, my favorite new band. Metal Hellsinger won an award at the Golden Joysticks for the best soundtrack, and we live 2 horns up for Metal Hellsinger. And they said, we're still thrilled about winning Best Audio at the Golden Joystick Awards. Two Feather Studio have created such a devilishly wicked audio experience to rock out to while slaying demons, and yes, 2 horns up to them. There was so much to talk about with the Game Awards this month with Jeff Keighley, and this was one of my favorite Game Awards in a while. But the highlight of the night, first of all, I was like, they are pulling stunts. Jeff Keighley is a stunt pulling stunts. He friggin' pulled out Al Pacino out of his ass. Where did Al Pacino come from? No one knows. I don't think he knew where he was or what he was doing, but like, shout out, respect to Miss Al Pacino, iconic legend. Well, like, what was he doing there? I'm not mad at it. I was just a little confused. Like, did he get lost? Was he, did they find him on Hollywood Boulevard? Was he just walking around and they pulled him in and said, come here? You know, like, whatever it was. I was very happy to see him. It was just batshit crazy that he was even there. So that was a highlight, number 1. Number 2, Christopher Judge winning and going on telling his whole life story. I'm like, that's it, the show's over now. He was going on and on, and I was like, as soon as he won, I was like so emotional. I was like already crying. Like I said, I haven't even gone through the game, but I was just so happy to see him get the recognition he deserved, because his acting is everything. I am so moved by his performance in this game, and I haven't even like scratched the surface. I don't even think I'm halfway through the game, for as far as I know. I have no clue how far along I am. And then the speech was going on. It was beautiful. It was moving. It was everything. And it just kept going on and on. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I guess the show's over now. He took up the entire show. It was like 8 minutes or something, but it felt a lot longer. They had to play the music. They had to get the guy to say, you know, it's time to get off the stage. What the fuck? What am I doing? So they had to get him off the stage. So he kept talking. He was getting his life, and like, good for him. Then Horizon Forbidden West, the DLC was announced, PS5 exclusive only. Burning Shores, that was another one. But my most hype moment was when they revealed the Death Stranding 2 trailer. Oh my god, there was so I could dissect that trailer. There was so many things and so many Easter eggs that I saw. Like I said, I didn't have the time to do it, but I was living for everything. And let me tell you something, Miss the red suited drag version of Amelie, the drag queen Amelie version of her, the drag queen interpretation of Amelie in this was everything, bitch. That red outfit that looked like she had like flesh, the O.C.Deidre come up from her. It looked like it was alive. It looked like it was part of her body. And that guitar, she slayed my life. She slayed my life. It's probably Troy Baker because he was singing in it. Who knows? It's batshit crazy already, and I'm already all in. I'm all in. But that was my highlight for the night. What was your highlight of the night from I was going to say the Oscars. It is the Oscars of the Game Awards, of the gaming industry. It was everything. There was so many reveals. There was so many reveals. There was so much going on. There was a lot to do, but that was my hyped moment, my most... I was so hyped about seeing the Death Stranding 2 trailer. What did you think about it? Are you excited? What were your highs and lows from the Game Awards? Also, I was very happy that Stray won Best Indie Game. I wish Horizon Forbidden West had taken some awards home because they totally deserved it. They definitely deserved some awards. And also Plague Tale Requiem. But like, that doesn't take away how great those games are. No shade to them. And to the winners. Like, congratulations to everyone, the nominees and everyone. It was another great year for video games. Okay, now this might have gone unnoticed I'm sure it hasn't gone unnoticed because I'm sure there's a Reddit thread for it somewhere. Neil Druckmann went down to Sao Paulo to promote The Last of Us. That's where they wound up revealing the HBO official trailer. And then so HBO was posting all the character pics with their little mini bios, and they were talking about each character. And then when it got to Frank, now we never met Frank. We only saw his dead body in Billstown, and we found out that was his partner, his lover, and then he had killed himself because he was bit. He didn't want to turn, okay, and he left him a very nasty note. When they did his character card, it said The Optimist. Now, I don't know about you, but he didn't seem much of an optimist in the game, so I'm sure there are something way beyond the scenes that we have not been privy to see, to hear, to know all the things about Frank. But when Neil Druckmann tweeted he had like a little special something, a little secret emoji when he was talking about Mr. Frank, and it caught my eye. I raised my eyebrow all the way up to the ceiling, bitch. All the way up. I mean, they did not have the nicest breakup ever, if you ask me, but we're going to learn all about it next month. Now, in just very recent news, just yesterday, I think they announced that God of War is coming to Prime Video, and there's going to be a series. Now, I would love to see Christopher Judge. I would love to see Miss Danielle Bisudi. We love her, the talented, the beautiful Miss Danielle. Also, like, to see the kid, to see, what the hell is his name? Sonny. I would love to see Sonny in there, too. Like, give me God of War. I would love to see the actual actors playing. I hope they do bring some of them. Like, even if they don't do it exact of the characters, have them represented in the game somewhere, somehow. That's just my opinion. What do you think? Now, just today, on the 15th of December, it was announced by Insomniac Games that Spider-Man 2 is coming the fall of 2023, and I'm so excited for it. Now, yesterday, they also revealed the trailer for the movie for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it looks gorgeous. I love the first movie. I can't wait to see this movie. And at the end of the video, which I knew the announcement was probably coming very soon, it was even sooner than I had thought, because it was they showed PS5 at the very end of the trailer for the movie. So I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna get the announcement soon, and they sure as heck did. So less than a year from now, we'll be getting it. Now, God of War officially has photo mode. Shout out to all my VP photographers who just capture some of the most beautiful moments of video games ever. Such a amazing artistic community, and I appreciate the artistry that they share with us. I mean, it really is like artistry. And video games are so beautiful. There's so many gorgeous moments. You cannot capture them all, but they do such an amazing job. And I know they were all dying for God of War Ragnarok to have the photo mode, and now they have, and I'm sure they're just snapping away, taking pictures of every little thing. Get your life, and so excited that they have it. Gorgeous. I don't usually have time to futz around and take pictures. Like, I gotta play through the games, I gotta get through the games, edit, upload. So I, like club, other club, hotel, I have to do one of those, right? I know, it's so crazy. So shout out to the people who have the time and the patience and just the eye. I mean, like, I appreciate it also. I appreciate them doing all the hard work that they do to bring us the beauty and those gorgeous moments from all the video games that we love. So congratulations, shout out to them and the VP community. Now, Phil Spencer, there's stuff going on with Activision and PlayStation and Microsoft, but Phil Spencer made a statement. He tweeted and confirmed that after the Activision Blizzard merger is closed, Call of Duty will still be offered on Microsoft and Steam. This is good news for all the COD fans. Microsoft has entered into a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo following the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard. Microsoft is committed to helping bring more games to more people, however they choose to play. Also pleased to confirm that Microsoft has committed to continue to offer Call of Duty on Steam simultaneously to Xbox after we have closed the merger with Activision Blizzard. So that's what's going on with that. That could change. I heard there's more stuff going on. This was on December 7th. This news can change at any given moment. Any gaming news can change at any given moment. This is as the snapshot picture. I am taking the news as of today and of that day. So with a grain of salt, I don't know what's going to happen whenever you're watching this. IGN is among one of the many other gaming media outlets that have been suffering layoffs. As always, it's happening without much like fanfare or just like the layoffs are going to happen and they don't know who's getting laid off and when. It's a very hard time and very shitty thing to do right before the holidays. Especially when this is like the slowest time in the industry. The last 2 weeks of the industry or 3 weeks of the last month is like usually very slow time after the Game Awards. Everything calms down. Everything's very quiet. And they're not usually hiring until like maybe after the new year. So it just sucks. It just sucks that this has got to happen so close to holidays. My heart goes out to anyone who is affected by the layoffs. It really sucks. Okay, so here is the artwork. Work, bitch. For this month, big shout out to Owen who sent me this pic. The VP shot for Resident Evil Village. The last shot could be considered a little bit spoilery. He did put a little warning on there. If you don't want to see it, you can skip past this shot. I'll put the timestamp where you can skip over if you don't want to see the last shot in case it's a little spoilery. But by now you probably know everything that's happened. But I appreciate the spoiler alert. Thank you, Owen, for sending these gorgeous shots for me to share with everyone. Thank you so much. And also a special shout out to Miss Rain who sent in this Last of Us Part 2 shot and the Last of Us shot. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful shots with us. And Miss Rain is a longtime friend of the channel, so thank you for sharing. I appreciate it so very much. If you guys have any VP shots or video game artwork that you have made yourself that you would like to send in so we could celebrate all things games, please do so. Tag me and send it to me on Twitter, and I will post them on here. All right, so thanks so much for sharing your beautiful artwork and VP shots with us for this month. Here are the video game release dates for the upcoming month. I know Forspoken is coming out. I know it's gotten some good reviews for like that. There's a free demo was announced at the Game Awards. I haven't had a chance to play it. So far, it's been like thumbs up, good reviews, good news for Forspoken's DLC. What do you think about it? Have you played it? What else is coming out? Guys, I'm like literally drawing a blank right now. I'm hoping I hope we get to see something from Playdead, an announcement soon. I can't believe we haven't heard nothing. Nada. We've heard they've been playing dead for real. Like they ain't telling us shit. Nothing on the horizon for them at all. So I'm hoping to see something from them, hopefully in the new year, maybe even like a trailer. I think I would drop dead if I actually saw a trailer from them. I would die. I'm so excited to see anything from them as well. Also, I would love to know what's going on with Hellblade 2. When is that coming out? I can't wait for that either. Like I know I'm just impatient. Don't mind me. I'm not bugging anyone to work overtime. I want to know when it's coming out. I like to start the countdowns. I like to plan. I like to plan what's going on. What games are you looking forward to playing? Let me know in the comments. Okay, now it's time for the yes, bitch, and the mess. Now, my yes for the month was actually last month. It was after I've recorded my last news game episode. For my birthday was last month. I got a new Xbox. I was so freaking happy. That is my yes for the month. I have been playing on nothing but PlayStation since I started regaming again in 2009 when Brutal Legend came out. No shades to that, just like all my favorite games have always been on PlayStation. But now, my beloved Double Fine is now Xbox exclusive, and also Hellblade. There's a lot of games that I want to play that aren't on PlayStation. So I was very lucky enough that I was able to secure an Xbox for my birthday / Christmas. Happy birthday and Merry Christmas to me. So now I can play any new Double Fine games that come out. I can play Hellblade 2. I'm just very excited. And plus now I get to play Brutal Legend on Xbox, and it's all its beautiful glory whenever I want. Just for shits and giggles. So I live. So I'm so excited. That's my yes for the month. My other yes for the month was definitely Death Stranding 2. Seeing that trailer, oh, it hit me in the feels. The Last of Us reveal for the trailer, guys. So many good things coming out of the gaming news for gaming this month for me. Anyway, what was your yes for the month? let me know. I have a feeling that we share a lot of the same excitement over the games that are coming out, or that are coming out announcements. So I'm so excited for that. And now the mess. The mess. The game is caught this month. Mr. John Garvin, after the tweet that was heard around the gaming industry world, which he later deleted. He deleted the tweet, which I'm sure he didn't want any more smoke after what had happened with that. So I hope that he's okay, and that, you know, we're just moving on with our lives. But it was very messy. And I was just very glad to see that no hate to him, and please don't send him any hate. I don't like that. It's not worth it. Like, please don't send hate to anyone. I loved how Ben Studio, Jeff Ross, Kevin McAllister, community manager, they all stood up for their Ben Studio fam. And you know what? I can't wait to see what they're working on next. And I will be playing the hell out of it. Whatever it is, I will be playing it. I think they make beautiful games, and I can't wait to play it. That was very messy, but we're going to move on with our lives. Those days are gone. Let's move on. Anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for another wonderful year here on the channel. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to be hopefully working on finish writing my video game awards for, as I do every year. I'm going to be writing it, getting it down, all the categories. You know, it's all shenanigans with the categories. It's just all in fun. Like, I am not the Oscars. Do not like complain to me that your favorite didn't win. Like, this is just shenanigans. It's so silly. It's just a bit of fun, and do a recap for the year and all the games that I played. So please look out for that, because that's a lot of time goes into that. That's going to be another big project working on next for the channel. So I'm going to try and finish up as much as God of War and A Plague Tale Requiem as I can, but I don't know how much is going to get done, honestly, between the holidays, but I'm going to do my best, okay? But just because it's not finished by the end of the year doesn't mean it's not coming. I will keep doing every other day. That's all I can do right now. Honestly, I don't even know how I'm doing that. Life is just cuckoo bananas right now. I just want to thank you all for being here for another amazing year on this channel. My community is the best the best community on the internet. I'm so happy to have you guys here, and I appreciate you guys so very much. So happy holidays. If you don't celebrate, happy winter solstice, happy New Year's. Have a healthy and happy New Year's, my friends, and I will see you next month for the next video game news. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you like me and my motherfucking shenanigans, please subscribe, share, like these videos, and leave me a comment. And if you can, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Every little bit helps. Help this girl out. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more. Bye.